Hi.
You've got us too. That means you're in for it, travelers.
Two people in trouble. Lisa and I finally got together to be able to do the recording for the peach picking event so you could get your prizes, and they are mystery prizes. But before we talk about peach picking, do you want to talk about some of the other things? We got the Gator Trader going on.
Sure.
You want to kind of go over that a little bit?
Yep, the Gator Trader event is going for another 2 to 3 days, depending on where you live. And it is an opportunity for you to trade in your extra shopping items that you'd have duplicates of, or any you just want to trade in. I mean, you don't have to have a duplicate to get other rewards. And there's a whole range of different rewards. So read it carefully, depending on which type of mainstream you're in. So for example, if you're in Work Your Whip, you can choose to trade a certain number of items that I don't know off the top of my head, something it's something like 15 or 20 items 15. For a new start and a 50% off future shopping item. So that means that you can get a new start in No New Starts, Work Your Whips. You just have to put the voucher that I give you in your main event and say, I'm using a new start earned from the Roadtrip, and your that'll all be correlated and it'll be fine. But if you don't put that voucher into your album, then you're going to get in trouble. So you have to use that voucher I give you. It's only usable once, and we do keep a good spreadsheet on those. So that's the way it works. And a 50%.
And you can use it up until the end of the whole event. So clear up until December.
Yeah.
You don't have to
really
use it in this way. So the choice is yours.
And it's a voucher for any size start. So you know how you can only finish and start in the same size with No New Starts in 22 and 22. I mean, Work Your Whips in 22 and 22. This one you can use for any size start. So if you're dying to start the latest Haid, well, then you can get a voucher that you can use, and that's fine. We did tell you there would be opportunities to earn new starts this year. And you get a 50% off shopping item, which means that you can choose to, whatever you roll at any time before the end of the event, you can apply that voucher on your post when you're claiming it, and wait on your own thread and say, right, oh, I rolled a chatelaine, 50% off. I only have to stitch 500. Again, only used once. I know that there's an option for 22 and 22 to swap a whip. Do you want to tell me what that means, Carla?
So what that means is if you have your 22 whip slots filled, or you have a whip that you've decided, I don't want to work on that anymore, but you have some others of your whips that just never made the original 22 cut, you can bring in one of those whips and kick out the one that you don't want to stitch on anymore. So it gives you an opportunity to swap one of your 22 with somebody that maybe didn't make your original cut.
And that's fine. Same thing on your main Work Your Whips, 22 and 22 album. You put the voucher that you get from Roadtrip and you say, I'm using this voucher to swap my Mirabilia Christmas fairy for my Mirabilia Spring fairy. And that's fine. And then you go ahead stitching on your spring fairy and you no longer touch your Christmas fairy. There's also the option to trade in for just 5 items to get any other item you're seeking. So if you keep missing, and it's a random roll, we promise you, Carla, Jamie, and I all sit there with a random dice roller and we roll the dice. And I'm always amazed how much I can get 2 or 3 in a row of the same number. And I go, wow, okay. Apart from a couple of days through the year where there have been particular strategies in place for different reasons, it is honestly a random roll. So you get what you get, and that's the way it is. That's why we have these swap events. You can choose item 20, which is the shopping spree. Because you're missing it, you can choose it. You can also choose 25 shop closed. Basically, what you're choosing, you don't stitch for, which means if you choose number 20, you don't get the 2 bonus items. You just get number 20 to tick off your list. Okay? And then there's also, you can trade in some, I think it's 10 for some extra raffle entries. So go ahead and have fun. You've got about 2 more days.
Right. And if you make a trade and you complete and you've got 25 items, because I've had some people message me that they had their 25 unique items, you can post that and say you want to exchange your 25 items for 50 raffle bonus entries. That's the ultimate goal. And then, you know, it's only August. We still have a whole another 6 months. So there's time to continue to build on getting another complete set. Who knows, you could end up with more raffles by the end of the year just by collecting at the different shops.
Yes, exactly. All right, what else have we got happening at the moment?
We started our weekly travel bulletin, so I hope everybody's liking that and you're reading it and you're seeing where do you fall in the group, because it kind of lets you know where people are at and where they progress to. And we have a new camping check-in post. Karen, our admin, does all the campground sweeps and checks and make sure you're doing and marking her own spreadsheet as far as what camp items you set up. And, you know, she just puts a lot of effort into that, and we want to make it simpler for her. So if you check in, similar how you check in at the end of leg 2 or leg 1, you're going to put your link so that Karen can go right to your post. She can check your campground, make sure you didn't leave anything behind, and then she marks you off as a good to go. And that helps us at the end of the leg for your final check-in, because then we already know camping's done and taken care of. The rest of the admins aren't trying to check camping for you. So it helps. There might be things that pop up down the road at a campground that checking in may help you or checking out may help you. You never know. Carla's mind goes a little boggled sometimes and comes up with all kinds of ideas. So be looking for that post. When we do leg 4, we're going to have a similar post for the campground check-in. So make sure you're looking for that.
And this leg with the camping, I'll just point out to everyone, you have to do all 10 items, because there's been a little bit of confusion. Originally, you've had to do all 10 items before you can repeat any. But some people have been missing that point. So we're going to give them the benefit of the doubt for the past stuff, but you are doing all 10 this time. You have to do all
10 items gets you your 5 raffle entries, so bonus. Plus it gives you a full set, and you're going to be at the campground for 5 days. If you stitch all 10 items, you can leave on day 3, but you have to have all your items stitched. So there's incentive there. That's 1,400 stitches. And also with that too, Lisa, there was something. You get your 1,400, you can get all set up, you get your 5 raffles, and it completely left my brain.
Can't help you because it was in your head.
Oh, you can stitch for your debit card. That's what. So if you're one of the people that are a super fast stitcher, I did give you the opportunity, and you need to be looking at your itinerary in those note sections, because I give opportunities to put stitches, a bulk amount of stitches to your debit card, which may come in handy down the road. And we did use that in leg 2. Some of our people that were working our way through were able to buy a lot of items to help them catch up with the group. So yeah, that's all right. Now you have to, but I know some people will be in, and 1,400 is nothing for them in a day, so they can do an extra bit for their debit cards.
Hello, Lisa speaking.
We're still recording.
Okay. Sorry, guys. Emergency fridge repair phone call I had to take, but it's all sorted now. He's coming this afternoon. Believe it or not, he is going to our neighbours this afternoon. So that's brilliant timing. All right. So a lot of people worry about where they are. Look, there's Miss Ivy heading up to a favourite spot on top of my sewing boxes. A lot of people worry about where they are, where they should be, panicking that they're falling behind. I mean, we have a few travellers who are very happy plodding along, and that's perfectly fine. We try and keep most of you up with the bulk of the pack, because that's where all the fun happens. We have a couple of fast people who constantly get slowed down, upgraded, other things like that. Speaking of that, I don't really want to keep upgrading people, but if you have a major life emergency or something happens, post it in the upgrade, post in featured, and I will consider it and let you go. But you can't downgrade and then have lots of stitches that you put on your debit card, because that's not in the spirit of the game. So you need to make sure that it really is a life circumstance and you're not stitching as much. So if you still downgrade and you're stitching above, you'll get upgraded and you'll have no more opportunity to downgrade. But if life happens, we get that. So post in that post for me, and when I get to it, I will fix it. I did it
And
today.
we've
So
had
I've got
some things along the way. We've even identified some in-betweeners that were upgraded temporarily, and some people were making peach pies for the admins to help slow them down.
So having a look at the spreadsheet. See, look, if you guys want to know, this is what we work off. Here's our travel spreadsheet. And that tells me where people are at the moment. Basically, most people should be between the sightseeing at New Orleans. You should have finished the sightseeing at New Orleans, really. And you should be pretty much heading towards Candy's Needlework Cottage. So if you're somewhere between those legs, you are 100% spot on where you need to be. That's where the pace cars are. That's where we're gauging the game on. If you're ahead of that, you're going a bit fast, which is fine, but you're going to find that you have something happen to you, which is great fun.
Great fun. Or you may find yourself like leg 2. We had some people sitting at the side of leg 2 for a while stitching, and they were starting to get a little bored sitting there waiting for people. So,
and if you're one of those
people,
people, if you're already at the campground, and just out of interest, I will tell you there is currently 7, 8, about 8 people who are already getting to the campground. Those 8 people possibly should think about regrading themselves up, because they're obviously stitching a lot faster than the pace. But as Carla said, the flip side is you get stuck at the end of the leg. We're not going to open the next leg until the Bob get there. So, choose your own adventure. Well, we'll choose it for you.
We said every decision made on the travel event is a choose your own adventure, because it's your travels. It's your decision.
Now, speaking of that, I'm going to just be naughty here and get in trouble, I'm sure. But the travel event is continuing next year. We have plans afoot. The travel event will be continuing in a similar format to what it is this year. So if you're enjoying the travel again, be happy. Also, the main group is going to continue with a name change, and there will be an extra stream for people who actually do want to start things. So Natalie, we'll do a video later to explain everything when it's time. It won't be for another month or 2. We don't need to get planned that early. Like, you don't need to get planned that early. We do, but you don't. But just so you know, no new starts is continuing with a name change, and because our whole focus is working on your whips. We want to get work done on the whips. So,
and I'm excited.
Yeah, very exciting. The group will open up for new members later in the year, in about probably November. So yeah, watch out for new announcements on that side of things. But from a road trip point of view, the road trip will be continuing. Okay, Carla, we've got an exciting thing to do next.
We do. It is time to pick our winners. And this is the part that I like so much. So we did the peach event, and that was, everybody was picking peaches. And remember, I said, even if you stitched for 1 peach, which was 100 stitches, it earned you an entry into this drawing. So we ended up with 86,700 stitches for a weekend event. That was mind blowing.
Wow.
So we had 867 entries for this event. So some people stitched 1 peach, which was great. They ate their peach and had a wonderful day. Others stitched a couple of baskets of peaches or bushels. So I put everybody into my Tiny Decision app, and I'm pulling it up because this is the busiest I've ever seen the Tiny Decision wheel. And I apologize because we tried to do this on the computer, but it kept shutting down for whatever reason. And if this shuts down, I'm trying to open it, and it's not opening, Lisa.
Oh.
It is causing me issues. That's all right. I have a plan B. If I can, let me see. All right, it opened earlier, now it's not opening.
Always the joy of filming live. We haven't worked out. If you guys know how we can film a Zoom live, please let me know, because that's what we inevitably want to be. But until I can get my channel to 1,000, I don't think I can do that.
All right, let me see. Lisa, I may need to do a random number generator and do it that way.
Do you want me to random number and you look at the list?
That would work. Do you want me to share my I can share my screen.
If you want to, you can do that for the people, and I'll do a random
All
number.
right. So I think it would be this one. I'm sharing. Am I sharing?
You are.
Okay.
Yes. So
So
you're going to
we
get the number
are
next to your name. Yep.
867. Now you can be drawn multiple times because you have multiple entries. So, and I'm not going to tell you what you're winning. What I'm going to ask is anybody that we draw, please private message me your mailing address. I will be shipping you a mystery package in the mail. I'm going to ship them all out on the same day. And then whenever you get them, post a picture and let us know that they made it to you safely, because this prize was generously donated to us by one of our travelers that I met in person. And I'm really excited to find an event that warrants the prize.
Oh, I think I know what these prizes are.
So,
okay, how many prizes do we have, Carla?
We're going to have 10 prizes. We have 10 drawings to do.
Okay. All right.
All right.
So here is the number generator. Number 800.
800. And I'm going to just highlight them so I know who I drew. Bear with us. Sorry, my tiny decision didn't work. Tammy Porter False, you have won.
Yay.
So, and guess what? It won't let me highlight her because I'm shared screen. Okay.
Okay.
So I'll write you down.
I'll roll the next one.
Okay. What do you got? 593. Let me go
593. Up, down.
Scroll down. 593 is Maxine McCurdy. Maxine McCurdy.
Well done, Maxine.
Okay. Right. What do you got next? 264 up towards the top. 264. 264.
Helen
264. Helen Smith.
Look at all the entries Helen got. Paid you well, Helen. Well done.
Helen, I think, was one of the ones that did the most.
Well, she deserves to win a
get?
prize. 701.
701. We
I'm
always have a plan
around this list.
701. 701. My mouse is scrolling.
Oh, there you are. Oh, Siska.
Ellen, Siska. There we go. 690. Siska again. Great job. Okay.
That's good.
658. 658. Sharon Stevens. I'm writing people's names down. 623. 623. Nancy Call. All right, we're up to 7. 357. Let's see. 357 is.
Keep going. Got 20 more.
There you go. Jocelyn Gilchrist. Way to go, Jocelyn. Okay, 2 more.
314.
314 is Jean Gorino. Jean Tosh Gorino.
And lucky last.
And last one. 123. 123. Way up here at the top. Cleota Ostermeyer. I recognize some of these names. So.
Well done, guys. That's 10 great prizes. You can unshare screen.
Done. Let me stop sharing. I want to say, I like how we're doing the prizes this year and not keeping everything till the end. And I want to say thank you to everybody that sent me PayPal to help me with the shipping cost. That is such a huge help. I went and got a scale and got some mail printers so that I can just ship it from home. So at least I'm saving from going to the post office.
Yay.
But that is a great help. So thank you everybody that did donate for me to be able to ship everything out. And I hope you like it too. I think it keeps us motivated. You never know when the admins are going to say we're going to give a prize. You just never know when that's going to happen. So I think that's all I had, Lisa. What do you got?
Yes. Well, what have I got? I just was going to say, yes, double thanks for the postage costs. We have had a couple of people who live overseas that have reached out to Carla about saving postage. So if you think you really don't want your prize and you live outside America, just reach out to Carla and have a discussion, because she's open to having discussions. So yeah, reach out to Carla. She's the postmistress of this event. If you are someone that I'm the postmistress for, I do apologize if I have missed sending you your prize, because every now and then I get one, and sometimes my life gets crazy and I forget. I want to give you your prize, so please, please, please just message me and say, hey, I'm still missing my whatever it is, and I'll go, oops, okay, get it out to you. So that's what I want to say. Thanks for joining us, guys. Keep having fun.
All right. Happy travels.
Bye.
Bye.